Hey kiddos, today we are going to be integrating yoga into our daily practice in our classroom. We're going to start by splitting into groups. So I'm going to have 6 of you in each group around our classroom. 2 groups are going to be focusing on practices and poses that help us get calm. And then the other 2 groups are going to practice poses that help us feel focused. Now we're going to rotate throughout those groups just so you guys get a feel of how those poses are different and what's happening inside of your body. So the 4 poses we're going to work on throughout the room are the child's pose, the cobra pose, the ragdoll pose, and the gate pose. And as we get into each one of those, I'm going to tell you what benefits and what things are happening inside of your body. What are you doing to make yourself feel better? So let's start with our calming exercises. We're going to start with child's pose and ragdoll. These 2 poses are supposed to make you feel calm. So let's start with child's pose. The benefits of doing the child's pose are to get your head below your heart. We want that head to drop down. That lowers your blood pressure, how hard your heart is beating. It also squeezes your organs on the inside. That way it's almost like massaging you. Then when we get to ragdoll, it is same thing, gonna have your head below your heart to lower your blood pressure. It's going to release some tension in your lower back. And it's also going to massage those inner organs like we just talked about. So let's start with child's pose. I'm going to teach you this pose and I want you to try it on your own. We're going to get down on the ground. Hopefully you can see me. I'm going to back up far enough. We're going to get down. We're going to put our shins on the ground. Okay. We're going to sit on our heels, and we're going to stretch forward as far as we can go. And we're going to hold for 3 minutes. That's what our group is going to do, is 3 minutes of stretching and bending forward. Okay, so that is child's pose, and ragdoll is even easier than that. All you're going to do is bend forward with your legs either together or apart, whatever makes you feel better. We're gonna lean over and we're gonna pull ourselves to our toes. You guys are way more flexible than I am. And I'll even back up so you can see it a little more. We are bending. Whatever feels better for you. And we're gonna hold that for 3 minutes. If you need to bend your knees, that's okay. Awesome. Okay. So let's go ahead and try our focus poses now. So our focus poses are the cobra pose and the gate pose. So both of these are really going to help us extend our bodies. They're going to open up our insides and they're going to do some massaging on the inside of our bodies as well. So my focusing group, these are the focusing poses. Let's try the cobra pose. This one you're going to need to be a little more flexible for. I'm going to come back here again. We're going to get down on the floor again. Lay on the floor. On your belly, actually. And I want you to use your hands to stretch up with your back reaching towards your toes. You don't have to bend your neck, but it feels a lot better if you do. And you're just going to hold that as long as you can. You can come back down if you need to. But we're going to work on that for 3 minutes in our group. And then, everybody, we have our final pose. And this one's a little bit different, but it's still our focusing pose. So we're going to get down on the floor again. We are going to get down on one knee and stretch the other leg out. You can kind of see me leaning towards the TV. We're going to stretch our arm and we're going to bend over and stretch towards that leg. And you can do the same thing. You can stretch away from that leg. And that, kiddos, is what we're doing for our mini lesson today. So let's go ahead and break into those groups.